Alright guys, for this full walkthrough video we are starting with a Vagabond, and immediately following the character creation we are headed to Castle Moor for the best starting sword in the game, the Claymore. The damn thing is so good, has the Lion's Claws of War built right into it, and actually it is so good it can carry you through the entirety of the game. And if you don't believe me, you can actually get the Ash of War, the Lion's Claw, in Caelid to put on other stuff later. But this one has it built in, so we're going to just run up here. A bunch of homies don't want us in their house, no big deal. We're cutting right, staying to the edge. We're going to go in here and pick this boy up on a first time try. There we go. And despite this guy wanting to be in our face, he's no big deal. We'll just get rid of him. Thankfully we only pulled one. And that gets us the Claymore to start the game with. Alright, now that we have the Claymore, we are going to need to make ourselves a little bit more useful, so it's back to the ramparts for us. And we are going to boot, scoot, and boogie right across the Weeping Peninsula here to pick up the 2 Sacred Tears and the Winged Scythe for no other reason than I had never been down where the Ring Scythe was before and didn't know it was there. We're never going to use it. It's completely garbage, but you can sell it for some runes. Alright, we are wrapped up in the Weeping Peninsula, so we are headed back to Limgrave, and we're going to port right over here to the outskirts, where we're going to head over to the church. Heading over to the church for another Sacred Tear, so that when we hit our health flasks, we can get the most benefit for the drink. And we're also going to grab that Wondrous Physic, that way we can mix our physics. Alright, and now we are ready to go ahead and head over to Caelid, which is ported right behind the church here, so we're going to run over here, take a right, and bump our way through here. There we go. And if you watch any of our other videos, part of this video is actually in the farming video, but you're going to get to see it before it was edited, because I made a mistake. It does happen. Run over here, grab this little guy. Never have too many golden seeds. Trot along our way down here. Alright. Making our way across the bridge here. Gonna wave at our little friend. Hey buddy. Grail is not only the slowest dragon in the game, but if you want to farm him, you can beat him once. He does pretty well on runes. It can be hard to hit the head though. Do a little grave robbing here, and I missed the jump because the funnel's on the other side. Big fail. Big fail. It's really sad when your death is to gravity. Gravity in this game is usually not fair. 1 inch can be the difference of no damage or a complete death, but when you completely miss the upspring, that's on you. Alright, so once more past Grail. And we're going to head over here. This time, without being a complete klutz about it. Going to reassess, and hey, there's that Spirit Spring. Oh, look at that. When you do it right, you go straight down. Alright. Grab this Grace real quick. There we go. And just for the heckity heck of it, this is the part from the other video where basically we just show how to do this low level farm of the Rolling Boulder. And then we're back up here, and we're going to take our little trip down memory lane to the Round Table Hold. Alright, we're off to Fort Faroth, kill the dragon, run up the steps, run inside, dodge the bats, climb the ladder, take a little poison. Not the Bret Michaels kind, the regular poison. To the top, pop the chest. Bang, deck this one. Chug-a-lug-a-lugging over. First time I did this, I died several times to the knights. Not this time though, because we are fast as chicken wings. Flying through here. Oh! But they tried, didn't they? Alright, around the corner. And the rats tried harder. Dropping down. Around the corner. We got it. But we do die to the rats. Again, not the band, just the critter. And that's okay, we got what we needed. Alright, it's been a while. We should actually do some gameplay, some story stuff. So it's off to Margit's house. He's having a party. We weren't invited, so we show up with our homies to crash. He's not happy about it, but it doesn't really matter. He does make it to phase 2, but that's okay. Between our Jelly and Rocher, we are rocking and rolling. Too bad you can't push this guy off the cliff. FromSoft should really change that. I would really love to see that in an upcoming patch, just because I think it would be funny for those of us who can ever pin him against the side. If you could knock him off, you could get a laugh. But this guy killed most people first off, so it's good to bring him a little bit of vengeance. No big deal. Claymore and Lion's Claw finish him off, and we move on to his big brother's house. Time for Big Brother, grafted little Godric. The guy who said, "I love my people so much that I want them to be a part of me." Ugh. Can't really blame people for thinking that he might be a bad guy. No big deal. Lion's Claw and the Jelly get him exactly where he needs to be. Oh, in phase 2 he gets to put the dragon on. Gotta be honest with you, I'm a little jealous. A little jealous. Kinda want a dragon arm of my own, but we roll underneath of it and we just punish. Not enough good things are said about the jellyfish this early in the game, but for low-level bosses, it is really good for holding aggro. Back in, a little bit more punishment. Just there we go. Couple Lion's Claws here. Just melts this guy, which is funny because that's what he's trying to do to us. But no big deal. Just a little bit more patience. Jelly dies out, no big deal. But we're sliding in, and just one more Lion's Claw. That wraps it up. We are done with Stormveil. Alrighty, with Stormveil behind us, it is time to take care of some easy bosses. So, the Grafted Scion is first to be sacrificed. That's what he gets for picking on us. Speaking of picking on us, the Tree Sentinel is next. Absolutely screw this guy. I mean that from the bottom of my soul. From him, it's on to the Crystallian, because we need that bone bearing. And he just gets annihilated. Did I mention how good, just how good the Claymore is? It is next level. He is melted so quick. With the Red Wolf behind us, it's on to Mommy Dearest. And if you thought the Claymore was fast on the Crystallion, it is nothing like Great Stars with the Wild Strikes Ash of War on it. I didn't even speed this video up just to show how quickly Wild Strikes just melts her out of phase 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Over. And we are on to phase 2. Phase 2 took a little longer than I'd like to admit, but with her being a caster, we just had to find our punish points. Gonna bring these wolves right back to Mama and finish her off. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the game. And we have now put Raya Lucaria in our rear view. Goodbye, Raya Lucaria. Hello, Capital. My mom always told me not to spit on people, but technically, she had never met the Draconic Tree Sentinel, and quite honestly, if anyone deserves to be spit on, it's him. So that's what we do. We spend about 8 minutes spitting poison on this guy, who, supposed to be guarding the Capital, doesn't even know we're behind him. Whatever, we're moving on. After downing the Tree Sentinel, I decided I kind of liked his drip, so it is off to the Ariza Hero's Grave, trying to get that Tree Sentinel armor. We are just trucking along right here. I'll tell you, it's the first time I made it, but nope, as you can tell from the runes I just picked up, I was here a moment ago. Oh, but they can't get me this time. We're going to track this really carefully, so we want that drip. Up here, we can take the hit though, no worries. Over here and down the corner, we're going to drop into this little nook, reach for that Margit shackle that we got from Patches. We're now going to wait it out. Oh, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. We are moving on with a whole new bad. Speaking of a whole new bad, we are off to Redmane Castle to show our new drip to all the people there. And they tell us they got a bad problem of their own. Radahn is wreaking havoc, and it is time to shut him down. So we hit the pool, and we hit Radahn. And as I let this play out, I just want to thank everybody for the enormous success on the No Phase 2 Radahn video. And here it is again if you haven't seen it the first time. Getting a Great Rune without being able to use it is kind of useless, so we are off to Caelid to climb the Great Tower to activate Radahn's rune so that we can be awesome for the remainder of our playthrough. Alright, back to Altus to drop Gilka. There we go. And grab the Ritual Sword Talisman. Definitely going to use that bad boy. And then we are headed even further into Altus, where we're going to increase our love. But oh no, Eleanor denied our love, so we had to put her down. And that gives us the pull blade and the tier that we can use later for Mohg. Next we feed the Mimic tier to the wolves. And then it's a hop, skip, and a jump across Nokron City roofs to get our Batman on. That's right. Joker is running amok in Nokron City, and we are the only ones that can stop him. And just like that, we have acquired the Mimic tier. Alright, it's off to good old District 1. That's the capital for all of you non-Hunger Games fans. Old Gold Shady is up to no good. He's determined to be a real boy, but he'll need Geppetto for all that. Instead, we're going to bring him a good old-fashioned butt-kicking, Midwestern style. Quick little jump and a skip and we're inside. But guess what? He's weak to lightning and we're weak to, well, not much. He goes down easy. And we move on to the guy who's actually running the show. Good old Morgott. No real trick here. Lightning when you can. When you can't punish. And when you can get that punish, run up and deal that punishment. Goes down quick. Next up, Fire Giant. This is a fight I really do not care for that much. It's not that the fight is bad. It's not that the damage is bad. It's not even that he has a lot of life. It's the fact that this arena is absolutely ridiculous in size. And whenever he rolls away, you have to get on the horse and run Torrent Ragged to get back over to him. Plus, even though I called the Mimic tier, he's next to useless because he doesn't have a horse. So he can't catch up with this guy. So it's me up and down, around and around, hit here, hit there, just chopping away at it. This fight is way too long. And my frustration with how many times he's rolled, I never had him roll this many times. With all of his rolls, damn near got me killed at the end. I got greedy. It came down to one hit, him or me. And we'll see how it plays out here in just a second. It was a one-try win. But I ended up getting so greedy that I started taking fire damage and roll damage. Getting hit with that ball right there, just absolute rookie mistake. Just trying to get it done, trying to get to the next thing we have to do. And just totally lost perspective. And right here, I just get way too greedy. I'm finally getting some damage. I'm finally doing more than 2 hits without him rolling away. And he ends up lighting me up twice. First one you just saw there, the second one is coming. And see, we got him down pretty good right now. We have no flasks left. And there, he just drilled me with that roll. He didn't even go anywhere. He rolled one time, just rolled over. I've never had this happen. But luckily, I proc a... There it is right there. Proc the... crit, and we are moving on. Next up, Godskin Duo. Just me, Bernie, and the Wonder Twins. Call the Mimic in for a little extra support, little 3-on-2. And this fight is not difficult if you have Bernie. That dude is just a wrecking ball. Right now, I'm just basically watching at this point. Mimic is just punishing him, but I'll come in and help him figure it out. First try win, on to the next. Next is literally one of the fights I hate most in the game. Maliketh, or Garrote, or the Beast Clergyman. Dude has more titles than John Cena. I saw a documentary once that said all dogs go to heaven. Not this hellhound. But it goes good for a bit, consistently getting into phase 2. But, and no shame here, I eventually just wanted to go to bed. So I called in some additional compadres to help this evil puppy head to the farm upstate, if you know what I mean. Time for that eternal sleep, brah. Speaking of eternal sleeps, put Giddy into one. I was so sick of this guy kiting me around that I just gave this dude the beat down to end his life. Let's count them out. That's one. Yep. First run. Look how close we got. Damn. That's two. But after 5 very infuriating deaths, we got it done. Okay, so something like really weird happened, and somehow the file where I beat the Elden Beast, which is actually like the next time I fight him, became corrupt and it didn't work. So this is the only footage I even had from fighting him and Radahn. So you're gonna have to just like take my word for it that I beat him, and you'll see the sword, the relic sword, when I fight Mohg in the next scene. But I don't know what happened. It just became corrupt, and I couldn't watch it. I could only see the thumbnail. I couldn't use it. So anyway, here's me fighting Mohg. Enjoy. This first run, I used the first seal just way too early, and then I didn't space them out well, and because of that I just got carried away, and so it ends up taking me 2 tries to beat Mohg, just because I was so frustrated with the fact that I couldn't find the file, or I couldn't make it work for the Elden Beast, that I just was playing this and I was like not focused at all, because I was so upset why that file became so corrupted. So, anyway, we're going to wipe here in a second, and then the second time we will make it right. Alright. Here's where we get to get a little bit of redemption. We get to take our pain out a little bit for the Elden Beast, and for just flopping on the first run with Mohg. This is truly one of my favorite fights in the game, because the arena is linear, and you know, it's not, he doesn't have a lot of health like a lot of bosses. He's relatively easy to understand. I think really what I like about this fight so much is it really takes me back to like early PlayStation, like Metal Gear Solid and like Crash Bandicoot and stuff, where like the arenas were smaller, and like there was just one specific, especially for Metal Gear Solid, there was like one specific moveset that like once you understood the rotation, you could really get through it, and it really didn't matter like how scary or like how like overbearing the villain actually seemed to be. Once you understood the moveset, it was just an operation that you had to go through in order to get it done. So I think the storyline is super cool for Mohg, and I really love the character. And this fight truly has always been one of my favorites to do because it's just so original PlayStation. It's such a throwback, and I'm glad that From Software actually did this. So I just want to take a second and just say thank you. If you watched this video, it's like over 25 minutes. It's the longest video I've put up so far, and I just kind of wanted to show like we beat this at like 120, 121. This is basically what we were rocking, and yeah, don't be afraid to use Spirit Ashes. If you get stuck, Summon help if you want to. It's fine. The game is meant to be played with multiple cohorts. It's made to be played with the Spirit Ashes. There's no wrong way to play it. Enjoy it. I hope this was fun to watch. Thank you.